The following segment is sponsored by Pacific Intelligence and Innovation Initiative.
Hawaii plays a vital role in protecting national security and shaping the future of the Indo-Pacific region. And right now, an exciting movement is underway to ensure that Kama'aina find meaningful careers in the growing sector. This Wednesday, Live, Work, Stay Hawaii, Readiness Starts Here will explore how the Pacific Intelligence and Innovation Initiative, or P3I, is preparing the next generation for high-demand careers in intelligence, cybersecurity, data science, and so much more, all right here at home. Tess and Mikhaela join me now with more details about their path. Good to see you guys.
Hi, good morning.
Okay, so I just mentioned a whole bunch of different sectors that people can work in, but you guys work in, I know his pinky's up because he's kind of fancy. Talk about your division that you work in real quick.
So I am a support officer for the Australia desk.
Okay, perfect. And then Tess?
I'm one of the executive officers that works for the generals.
Okay, great. You know, actually, let's piggyback on this. I'm gonna ask you guys the first question and then we'll go from there. So, Mikhaela, I want to ask you, share with us a little bit about your story, how you got started, and what led you to your current role in supporting the Indo-Pacific Command.
Sure. So my path began long before college, before the internship experience. I was fortunate enough to travel to different countries and live in different countries as well. And so I just kind of continued. I had early exposure to international spaces and multicultural environments. And so I kind of took that into when I started college. I studied, became interested in U.S. foreign policy, especially in the Indo-Pacific. And so I pursued studying those topics when I was in school. And that basically led me to the U.S. Embassy in Manila, the U.S. mission to the United Nations. I worked a little bit in D.C., and now I'm here over at Indo-PACOM.
Very cool. Tess, same question for you. Tell us a little bit about your story and what sparked your interest.
Of course. So my path is maybe not as conventional as others. For 4 years, I was a teacher at Castle High School. I taught U.S. history to freshmen. And I think when we hear the word history, we think like, oh, it's always in the past. But here in Hawaii, we really try to teach our keiki like, yes, we're rooted in the past, but how do we apply that to the future? And one of our core pillars is to be civically minded. And so I was building my classroom curriculum, trying to focus on these civically minded questions. And I'm encouraging the kids to go out, look in their communities, see where they can help, where they can serve. And as I was encouraging them to do that, I was also looking for opportunities to help our local communities. And it got to the point where the kids were asking me, Miss, like, is this gonna work? Will they listen? Like, how can we really create change? And I reached a point in my teaching career where I felt the best way to teach them was to show them another path.
Okay, good to know. We've covered P3I and all of the work that's being done on Living808 right here, for months. Great work, by the way. Mikhaela, I want to ask you, what does having a career opportunity like this here in Hawaii mean to you personally and professionally?
So personally, I used to live here when I was in middle school, and for the past 10 years, even though I eventually moved away, I've always found myself going back and forth because I still have family here, I still have friends here. And so when I had come back to begin the internship, it was really nice to at least apply the skills and the knowledge that I learned from my formal education, and then coming back here and working and living in a place that has been my second home. Professionally, like I said, it's been a really nice working in an area where there's an intersection between what I've been studying since college and grad school, and now I'm excited to pursue a career in that.
It's awesome to know that people do have access to high-paying careers like what you guys have, but not having to leave the comfort of a home. We love that. Tess, I gotta ask you, because you said that you were a teacher. For all of our students out there, people who are wondering about P3I, how important are internships or early career pathway opportunities like those provided through P3I, and how did those stepping stones help you get to where you are today?
They are fundamental. I think of an olelo no eau, and I'm going to paraphrase in English. My olelo is not very good.
Of course, yeah.
But not all knowledge is learned in the same school. And so I think internships really they help us develop these skills and these connections so that students are able to feel comfortable in these spaces and engage with people.
Okay, great to know. You know, there's a lot of information. I could be talking to you guys for days about this. We're gonna have more information on our website, kh12.com. But Mikhaela, real quick, is there a website that people should log on to if they wanted to learn more information?
Yes, of course. I mean, you can always reach out to the P3I organization. There are so many resources for them to access, and there are also a lot of points of contact as well who are there to support anyone who's interested.
Perfect. You're looking at it on your screen right now. It's hawaiip3i.org or on social media at hawaiip3i. We'll have this interview and more information on our website, kh12.com. Mikhaela and Tess, thank you guys so much for coming on to Living808. I appreciate your time, and thank you so much for inspiring all of our viewers out there. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys. All right, coming up next.